Hello, dear friends, and welcome back to live conversation on ALLATRA TV Africa. My name is Olga, and my co-host today is also Olga. And our guests today are from the beautiful country in North Africa, Morocco. And with our friends today, we will talk about how do they envision their creative society. We will learn more about their country, about their cultures, and learn how all we are united. And the Creative Society project was initiated by volunteers of ALLATRA International Public Movement to learn how people around the world envision the creative society, the world where people do not live by the consumerist format, and the world is comfortable and for everyone, and that creates happy conditions for everyone. And to reach to more people around the world, we use the theory of six handshakes, and it says that all people in the world are connected by six or even fewer social connections. And that's how we met our friends, and they invited their friends, and that's how the message of the creative society spreads around the world. And I would like to welcome our friends Al Mehdi from Morocco and Abdurazak. Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you very much.
Yes, and welcome Abdurazak, and welcome Olga. And first, we would like to learn a bit more about our guests, and we'll ask them to introduce themselves, and then we'll talk a bit about the culture of their native country, and we will move to discussing the creative society and how do they envision it, and how do they want to see this new world. Okay, maybe we'll start with Abdurazak. Please, if you can introduce yourself, just
Yes,
say a bit about yourself.
yeah, okay. As you know, my name is Abdullah and I live in Morocco. Um, but then, let's talk about this creative society. I will say that it's going to be perfect idea. If we achieve this, we are gonna get a kind of quality. Because in the last few years, we noticed that not everyone gets his or her equal rights. For example, a lot of countries around the world that they throw food and rubbish, and they are so rich, very much suitable to say for them. They are very rich, but on the other hand, another countries are don't even find what it is. So this idea of the creative society, if we come together and hand on hand, we are going to achieve this. We are going to establish a kind of equal society. That's what we call a creative society, which means another new society. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. I will also ask you, Abdurazak, to talk a bit, maybe more loudly, so we'll hear you better the next time, okay? And El Mahdi, please, would you like? Yeah, okay, just a bit louder. And El Mahdi, maybe you can unmute yourself and please introduce yourself. Can you say a few words about you?
Yes. Okay. My name is Mehdi. My family name is and I live in Morocco. And my opinion about this, how to create or creating such a creative society. It's a very important idea, and actually we are in need of a creative society. But the question is how? How can we create such a creative society? We can create a creative society by, as you said, open the borders. We can all the countries try to live in one country in the same conditions, same laws, same educational system, and other things. And as we know, development of the technology, we can use technology in order to reach our goals. So now, as we are doing now, we are meeting each other from all over the world. Someone from Russia, other from Morocco, and by this kind of conversations, we can reach we can reach our goals, and we can create such a society. And thank you very much.
Okay, thank you both, and we'll talk about thank you for your ideas. We will also talk about the creative society and how do we see it and how can we build it later too. And now we would like to talk a bit more about your country. On our channel and on other ALLATRA TV channels, we have met many people from Morocco already, and we know that it's a beautiful country. And now, as we have snow, you live almost in a desert, and we have some beautiful pictures. Now we would like to review some pictures of Morocco, and yeah, you can see them
Maybe you
already.
can just comment on these photos. I mean, just to give the, just an idea to the people who are watching us. How do you see Morocco? You are Moroccans, so basically you know more about your country in any way. So if you recognize a picture or a place, just tell us what is this. For example, that we are watching now, I think it's a valley of the mountain and a city. And
yeah, dear friends, if you can just comment and tell us why should we come to Morocco. Can you describe this picture a bit? Maybe Abdurazak sent us these pictures. Maybe you can tell us something.
Yes, yes, of course. Actually, there are two important the reason why I am proud to be Moroccan and why I am so small. The first thing, I am proud to be the only country. Uh, I have been born in Morocco. That's why I am proud to be Moroccan. And actually, we don't suffer from hunger. We don't suffer from hunger. We have lots of food. That's why praise Allah and how we know so far. The negative side of this country.
Dear Abdurazak, I am sorry to interrupt you. Maybe can you talk just a bit louder, because we would like to hear you, and I guess there's some problem with the sound. Maybe it is because of your headphones. Maybe you can try to talk without your headphones. Maybe it will be better and we can hear you better. Yeah?
Yes, okay.
Oh, you know it is better.
Sure. I was talking about why I am proud of being Moroccan. I am proud of being Moroccan because it's an Islamic country and actually we don't suffer a lot from hunger. So it's something that also we have beautiful nature. There is a beautiful nature and beautiful places to visit in Morocco. But the negative side of this country is the educational system. The educational system is really weak. So graduates or let's say even students and teachers don't find their rights. So, that's what I say. And concerning everything else, between hunger and nature, all this are good in Morocco, but thank you.
Maybe El Mehdi has something to add.
Yeah. Mehdi, do you hear? So maybe you can also give us your opinion. What makes you proud to be a Moroccan citizen, and what you can tell us about Morocco as a country? What places we can visit when the borders are opened? Because I think Morocco, it's the first country people would like to see after our pandemic is over, because it's we heard so many beautiful words, nice pictures about your country, and if you can share your opinion to us also, please.
Yes, okay. And I
Thank you.
think, yes, Morocco is a beautiful country. It has a beautiful atmosphere. There are good places to visit.
Like
And
which ones, for example? When I come to Morocco next time, what shall I go? Like, I have my luggage ready after the borders are opened. Where shall I buy my ticket? To Casablanca, to Fez, to Agadir? I mean, what would you advise?
I think the cities are all very well, but there
Mm.
are another areas which I think you haven't ever heard about them. For example, Taunet City. Have you ever heard about Taunet City?
No, please tell me. We'll be happy to know. How otherwise we will know?
Yeah, it's such a city, but
Mm.
it's a huge, and you can find different places. It's divided
Mm.
into different places, and we have a long river called. It's a national. It's known nationally, or just in Morocco. Sid Al Wahda, if you have heard
Is it
about
in
it.
the north, in
And
the
there are a
south, in
lot
the
of.
west? In which part of Morocco this city is?
I think in the north.
In the north. Mm. And
I think so.
oh, and can I guess? I think you have olive tree at the background, right? Is it olive tree?
Yes, it's olive tree. Yes,
Yeah, I
and
guessed it
now,
because I wanted to ask you
yeah,
so much, because I never seen the olive tree in my life, because
yeah,
I'm in Russia and we have a lot of apples, potato, because the weather is cold and we cannot even imagine how mango looks like. I mean, really how it grows. I mean, olive tree also, and for me these things are really impressive. That's why thank you so much for answering. Now I know how olive tree looks like. Thanks a lot.
yes. Thank you so much. And this is a time
Oh,
we try
really?
to, yes,
Hmm.
we try to get out of it the oil, if I can explain it.
Wow. Okay, great. I would taste it once I'm in Morocco, I'm sure.
And as I said, Morocco is kind country, and the things that Morocco lack is um, some equal opportunities for all.
Mm-hmm.
If you can understand me, what I mean. And when we look at Morocco as a country with good cities, with good places, it's wonderful. It's paradise on earth. But when you go deeper, so you won't like it.
Mm. We have also actually why we are making this online conversations, because we are gathering opinions of people about, as Olga mentioned, a creative society. And on our website, www.allatraunites.com, which you can always visit, and to be a guest of the next program, there is an article. And this article contains 8 ALLATRA foundations. And what you just mentioned, equal opportunities for all, it's very fundamental issue, because the first ALLATRA Foundation said that the human comes first, and the creative society is for human. And equal opportunities should be equal for everyone, because we are born human, and we are born with all equal opportunities. So this is a very important observation, and I think in the creative society it will be implemented at the first years of the creative society, because this is equal opportunities. It's crucial, I think.
Yes. Another question?
Here you can see in the screen. Do you see now on the screen our first foundation about human life?
Yes, if you do not see, you can read it out loud for you. If you.
Yeah, try to read it. I can't see anything.
You can see it in the screen.
Yeah. So Olga, maybe you can read it.
Yes, sure. Okay, and or maybe first we would like to see all of the foundations, and then
yes, I think it's good to show all 8 ALLATRA foundations to our guests, so to listen to their opinion afterwards.
Yes, so now we'll ask our technical support to put all of the foundations on screen, because they are all very interconnected, and they create
exactly.
they create like
a whole picture of the creative society.
Yes, even if you try to add something to them, it may be really difficult for you, because they create such a really foundation. Because like a foundation, like when you're building a house, you need first to build the foundation, and then on this foundation you can build walls and roof and windows and so on. And the first one is human life as the highest value. Maybe the next, please. The second foundation is about human freedoms, that all people should be granted freedom. In our world today, we are granted freedom by constitution, but in reality, do you have like a freedom of movement, freedom of developing yourself? It is really not so.
I think, Olga, it's very important not only to declare, on paper, because we have a lot of declarations on paper, but are they really, in reality, are they really implemented? I think it's very important to figure out and to explain that in the creative society, it will be really a reality.
And the next one, please. The third one is about the human safety. The third foundation, human safety, because like really, as Al-Mahdi said, that you come to a new country and it's beautiful and so on, but if you dive deeper, sometimes you do not feel safe. Because I've also traveled, I haven't been to Morocco, I've traveled a lot, and that very often safety, not only abroad, but in your own country, it is really not the issue in our society. We are not granted safety. Just there's some police that deals with troubles, but there's no foundation of safety in our society. And the next one, please. The next foundation is transparency and openness of information for all, and especially it is about the distribution of public funds, because we often do not know how politicians spend the money. Like we are paying taxes, but we really do not know how these are spent, and it's not the point. It shouldn't be so. And the next, please. The next foundation, the fifth one. And I'll remind you that you can check all of these foundations on the website ALLATRAunites.com and read them carefully, and there is no way you'll not understand it and not think that you want to live such a society. And the next foundation is about the creative ideology. And what is ideology? It is the propaganda of human values, because today in our TV and mass media we often see that there's a lot of violence, there's crime openly shown, like even children can see it, and it also shouldn't be so. But promoting human values and kindness and unity, we can really make a lot of changes. The next one, please, sixth one. It's the development of personality, and it's also about the education. It should be equal and accessible to all and free, because today, as Mehdi said us before, we have all the technologies, but it can ensure the good education to everyone. And the next one, please. And justice and equality. Yes, again, it is that we have in our constitution, in Moroccan constitution, in Russian constitution, in Ukrainian constitution, but it is often not the case. We need not only like to declare it in paper, as Olga said, but to grant it, to really grant, because we are all born equal. There's no way how I should be positioned higher than Olga or Abderrazak or Mahdi, and same about you. And the final, the eighth foundation is the self-governing society. Please show us. And it is really also the very important concept of the creative society. Granted that all of the other foundations are implemented, we can really create the background for self-governing society. It means that no one human should be above another one. There should be people who can execute some and solve problems and execute orders, but not have power over people. And so now we have seen the 8 foundations. Maybe your friends Abderrazak and Mehdi, if you would like to comment and to choose one of them and tell your ideas, maybe about education, as we talked with you before, like you had some good ideas about education.
Yes. If you want to talk about education, I would say that the future of every country, the future of any country is this, is education. If you want to prepare a good future, to start from the educational system for the large countries and the world. It's not just Morocco, it's just Africa. There are a lot of other countries who suffer from these problems. So even for me, even if I want to have something to be open, they gave me educational system, and I will choose it, because with education, I can help other countries to support themselves. So it's actually developing. I see it. I see that we are developing year after year, but the government hasn't yet taken education into account. It hasn't found the career system. It hasn't found the strong system. So maybe because maybe because not everyone is in his or her right place. For example, you find that if a person does not deserve, doesn't deserve this, and we find, for example, ministry, the ministry is not doing its work, not doing its work. So the first thing, or the main important thing that we should take into, that we should start with, is dividing duties. So when everyone does his own duties, so at that point we are going with the educational systems and all the law country's educational system. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your opinion. I also agree with you that the future of every nation, of course, it's an education. And actually, when we have like a diverse education in terms of we have a real picture of what is happening in physics, in chemistry, in archaeology, in history. And I'm just taking the chance also to invite our viewers and you guests to our kaleidoscope, to our collection of facts. It's our new program on ALLATRA TV, where I think you will find a lot of new information and also a little bit uplift your knowledge about history and other sciences. It takes place every month on the 13th, on this, I mean, every month on the 13th. And maybe also Mahdi can give us opinion about the 8 ALLATRA foundations and which one you liked most of all, maybe.
Okay, yes. And yeah, you mentioned very important foundations. You mentioned human safety, and you mentioned human freedom. And
if you would like, I'm sorry, yes, if you would like to discuss some particular foundation, maybe we'll read it out loud for you and for our viewers, like freedom or safety.
No, I think they are related in one point.
Oh, yes, sure, sure.
Okay.
For example, freedom, safety, and other abstract concepts like this can only be reached by a good educational system. If we don't have educated people, we cannot reach this kind of, we cannot applicate this on the reality. Okay, so we come back to education. In every problem either comes out from education or it can be solved by education. So good education, we can solve a lot of problems that any society can face. How can we develop an education? So we should encourage people instead of destroying them. We need to encourage, so for example, school should be free for everyone. Everyone should go to school. And now there are some schools that when you go to school, they told you you have to pay in order to study. That they are not encouraging you. They are telling you, in another words, go back to your home if you don't have money. So here we don't give opportunity for all people, and that's the point. I think all my opinion is about education. So we need good education.
If I may add, I think maybe a little bit education is related also to infrastructure. For example, in some places, like maybe in the villages, there is even no road, you know, to come to school if the school is in the city.
Yes.
So we should also keep in mind that education also goes together with the infrastructure and I think also social support, because one of the ALLATRA foundations also tell us that social support, social security is guaranteed to all the people. So it means when your children go to school, basically they have also food available in the breaks at school, so they are not hanging around, I don't know, hungry. So I think it's comes as a whole, so we cannot like take one just only education, forget about infrastructure, I don't know, human values. It will not work like this. So I think education goes together with other spheres of life, and
yes, that's the point.
And I would like to add that we can now see, and I'll read out loud for you the 7th foundation, justice and equality. Седьмой нам, пожалуйста, можно? This foundation is exactly about what Mahdi and Olga were saying. Just in a second, we'll ask our technical support to to show us the sentence. I'll read it to you. All natural resources belong to humans and are fairly distributed among all people. Monopolization of resources and their irrational use is prohibited. These resources are fairly distributed among the citizens of the entire earth. A human is guaranteed employment if he or she so desires. Pay for an identical position, specialty, or profession should be the same all over the world. Everyone has the right to private property and income, however, within the limits of the individual's capitalization amount set by the society. And it's really about what you were talking that if we are
Yes.
all granted the access, not only granted the opportunity to have income, but really have some, at least the basic income, so that you can you know that you have food today and tomorrow, and your children will not be hungry at school. And as Olga said, it's so true. How can you learn and study if you're hungry?
If you're hungry, I mean, I remember at school when I was studying, I was always thinking if I have a small bun with me, and even when I was a child, because I think it's very important also to provide enough food for the students and for the pupils, because otherwise, if you are hungry and your stomach is empty, what you can learn?
Yes, sure. And maybe is there any other concepts that you would like to discuss? Any other foundation, dear friends? Yes, because
maybe you can add something if you would like to say something. Or maybe you.
Well,
Yeah.
just want to add something briefly. For example, we say countries waste a lot of money on festival, on something which is doesn't important, and we let something that is important. We don't waste the amount of money that we waste on such thing on the thing that is important.
I agree with you. Also in our foundations, it says like the rational use of resources, because it's the same thing. I don't know how you can build a fountain in your house, for example, and enjoy the water running from the fountain, and just 2 meters away from your house, you have people who have nothing to drink, who do not have even water to make a zip. So basically it's totally unacceptable. And you and other guests of our previous broadcast was mentioning that in the consumer society we are coming to a deadlock. In the consumer society brings us to self-destruction. That's why we must take the active position and to see and express ourselves what changes we need to see, because who will do this unless we as humans from different countries taking this opportunity of technology and communicating with each other. So I totally agree with you that rational use of resources, it's a must. We must use our resources rationally, and of course this is true.
Yes, and there is another point, which is, and we all say that in undeveloped countries, we say that we give the position for people that don't deserve it.
In the sense,
did you get my point?
Like maybe you can explain, because
for example, we give, for example, the president of a government who even can't speak, for example, in his mother tongue fluently. He don't have even a charisma. How can he speak instead of me? How can he protect or she protects me? Okay? So we need to choose good people, and we put them on the right position in order to have such a creative society, as we call it.
Yeah, it's true. And we also heard this opinion from other peoples, because it's not our first broadcast with Morocco, because we had our previous communications with this beautiful and lovely country before, that we give our responsibility as humanity to someone to rule us. So basically, we do not develop self-responsibility. So for us, we prefer just to give, let's say, the authority for someone we don't know. So how
Yes.
we can expect from these people, as you mentioned, that not speaking even your mother tongue a little bit, raises the question how you can rule the country. So I think it's important also to give responsibility and not to shift responsibility on someone else, but as humans have the active position and self-governing society. So self-governing society
the
is
right
very
person
easy
in the
to achieve. Abdelrazak, you want to add something? Yeah, because I think you want to say something.
That's why we come back to education. Actually, this problem is not people themselves. So who does actually choose the president who is not responding to his right position? For example, the president of the education system does not master even one subject or his own subject or even his mother tongue. So it's possible to learn him. It's possible to learn him. So the one who has money can take that position, which is the wrong position for him or for her. So when we talk about this, we should go back to education.
Okay, great.
Yeah, sure. And as you said, yes, your example shows that really everything is interconnected, because education is the background not only for every people in every profession, but in the profession of a president too. But we honestly believe that even electing officials and authorities is shifting the responsibility, and we as a humanity can come to the world where we no longer need presidents, educated or uneducated ones.
Exactly.
Because if not educated person becomes the president and makes some decisions instead of you, so why cannot you speak English? It's not your mother tongue, and so you are well educated young man, and so why cannot you decide, make the same decisions? You know your needs, you know the needs of your communities, and so why cannot you come together and vote? And we all have the potential of the electronic democracy already, and it can be really very easily be arranged, and even technically it is possible today. It wasn't possible 50 years ago, but it is perfectly possible today. And I don't see why you cannot solve the same problems, and we together solve the problems of the modern world.
Olga, by the way, do you know about our result of our research of lawyers when they also researched the current legislation, and they proposed that in the creative society we'll have such a notion as status of a human. If you do something, or if you enact a legislation that not improve but deteriorate the position of a human, that person is losing the status of a human. Why? Because he simply did something that was against humanity. And I really liked, as a lawyer, our research in the legislation, because I think this is very important. When everybody will understand this, no one will even think about making legislation to worsen the position of a human, because creative society is for humans. So it means people are of priority, of course. And also, I'm just taking the chance to invite all our guests today, Abderrazak and Mahdi and all others, to our telebridge of friendship that will take place 20th of November, this Friday, where we also will be talking about education. I think that's for Morocco, it's a very important topic, and we will elaborate it in a more detailed way the coming Friday. And maybe you have guests, I don't know, whom maybe you can invite as speakers to express their opinion about changes in the society. So they are just welcome. And let me again to remind you, it's very easy to join our broadcasts. It's not something sophisticated. You just go to our website, www.allatraunites.com, and you just exactly press this red button, and now it's translated to other languages, and you can see it. And even if you don't speak English, we have teams of translators to translate to other languages, and you can join from any country and give us your opinion, because it's important to listen to the opinion of the peoples.
And I see that Mahdi, I guess he dropped from our broadcast, so it happens if we have some troubles with the internet. It's the current situation that you can solve. And so thank you everyone for
Thank you
being
so
with
much
us
for
today.
exactly joining us today.
Yes, we hope that you'll visit our website and join us. And if you would like to become a part of our next broadcast, it's so easy. You can find an email, info@allatraunites.com. You can find it below this video in description. Write to us, write any ideas, suggestions, create your own videos where you can talk how do you envision the creative society, what are your ideas, and send them to us. We'll publish them at our YouTube channels. Thanks for being with us, and we'll have a chance to thank Mahdi for being with us today. Thank you, Abderrazak. Yes, and yeah, we are finishing our broadcast. Thank you, friends.
Thank you all.
Thank you very
See
much.
you on Friday.
Yes, and yeah, we hope to see you on our Bridge of Friendship Africa on Friday. Thanks to everyone.
Bye.